Welcome back to Well, That's Interesting. Wow, that's really depressing. This better end with some amusing animal story edition.
Oh my God. I like how my voice gave out when you said that.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Depressing? Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
I hope there's an animal story at the end.
There is.
Good.
It's fantastic. It's a good palate cleanser for the horrible, horrible shit we're about to discover today.
Well, good thing I love horrible shit and animals.
Yes.
This is going to work out perfectly for me.
Yeah. Today is episode 081, checking in with the Earth. Girl, how you doing?
Oh my gosh. I love that we're checking in with her.
Yes.
She has had a rough couple of years, although I think she is getting back at us. She's taking out some revenge. She's farting in some places.
She's got some techniques.
Giving us some sweet, sweet COVID.
Yeah. I'm Jill Chacha. And I'm with the existential, theoretical Marissa Riley.
That's me. I am here, and so are you. Is that existential enough?
It's brutal. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And if this is your first time listening, welcome to the flock.
Welcome.
Dr. Riley here comes in cold and learns everything in real time, just like you.
It's true. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today, and I still don't. But I have a feeling it has something to do with our sweet, sweet Earth.
It is.
And I'll stop referring to things as sweet, sweet. But
yeah,
I like her. Yeah. I don't take good enough care of her.
No, we don't.
I don't recycle hard enough, and I'm so sorry.
Recycle hard enough.
I get things in the wrong bins. And I'm
happens.
so sorry.
You monster.
And sometimes I pay for the grocery bags, but it was an accident.
Okay. All right. It's going to be okay.
Okay. Don't tell anyone in California. They get so upset.
I do.
I love y'all.
Oh, my gosh. Well, today we've got some news.
Okay.
And like how all news has been going lately, it's a bit of a fucking bummer.
Oh, yeah. When you said news, I was like, oh, no. What
I know.
now?
But we're going to face it. We're going to break it down. We're going to understand it. Maybe cry a little.
Okay.
Then we're going to laugh because in true Well, That's Interesting fashion, we will end on a fucking high note.
Of course we are.
That's right.
You can't cry without laughing afterwards because that's not
like
crazy looking at all.
Like the old saying goes.
Like the old saying goes. I can't even remember what I said.
No, I have no idea.
I'm so dirty.
So we're going to end on a high note or at least a buzzed note.
Oh,
put a pin in it.
Okay.
That's right. I guess we should begin. Let's just rip off this Band-Aid and some hair and just get to our first big bit of news.
Yes,
yeah.
please, take me.
And I mean big fucking literally. My friends, on our first stop today, we're heading up and over to the absolutely gorgeous island nation located between the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, the one that doesn't bother anyone. You guessed it. We're in Greenland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
I know nothing about Greenland. Although I hear it's snowy and that Iceland is green.
That's exactly right.
That's all I know.
Yeah, we're not standing on one particular spot or hunkering down in one particular city. We're focusing on the whole goddamn island.
Amazing.
An island known for its vast ice tundra and immense glaciers. In fact, the Greenland ice sheet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's exactly as it sounds. It's a big old layer of ice that covers, get this, nearly 80% of the island.
That's cold.
That's huge. Cold. That is a big block of ice. In fact, it's the second largest block of freshwater ice on the planet. The largest one is in Antarctica. And this is right behind that.
That's so much ice.
So much ice.
What do you do when it gets a little warmer?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Are we going to talk about something devastating?
That's right.
I'm excited.
Sure. Buckle up.
Yes.
Right. Also, let's just take a moment to say hello to the wee population of 57,000 people who live there.
Hello.
That's it.
Y'all are heroes.
That's 57,000 people.
It sounds cold.
They're having a great time. Well, actually, I don't know, but because of what we're about to talk about, they probably already heard of the recent discovery about their ice sheet.
Oh, no.
But now it's our turn.
Okay.
Dr. Marissa, if you would, please read for us a brief statement and feel free to express yourself through a variety of concerned screams.
You got it. I have two ways of reacting, which is screaming and then shutting down and dissociating completely. So we will see. I'll try to be loud about which one it is. I think you'll be able to tell. Okay. Here is the statement. Quote, Greenland lost enough ice in the last 2 decades to cover the entire United States in 1.5 feet of water. I'm going to dissociate now. I'm just going to shut down.
There she goes. She backed away. Her eyes are closed. Her hands are up in the not right now pose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just need like one more second of
that visualization.
And a back. Okay. Dissociation over. Tell me more about this terrible loss of ice.
That's right. Yes.
A lot.
Yeah, you probably have a lot of questions like, where did the ice go?
Yeah.
And how
I actually wasn't asking that, but I sure am now.
And how do you measure that kind of thing?
That's a great question.
Fabulous questions. Let's get into it. My friends, let's step into our Wayback Machine and travel to another period of time. The world was at war, 2002.
Wow.
2002.
We were at war.
Sure were.
I was too young to think about it, but my mom was.
Yes, most people were.
Yeah. I remember it was around that time. That was Bush, right?
Yeah. W.
I remember my mom would like come home from her job and complain about Bush.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
And I would be like, I'm 12. Can you buy me some lip gloss? Because that's all I care about. Not yet. That was a few years later.
Gotcha.
Pink cigarettes. Good times. Thanks, Camel.
So, sponsor us. No, I'm kidding.
No, please don't.
Kidding. Okay, so it's 2002 and it's spring, and a joint project worked on by NASA and several Danish government research institutions. This project is about to launch, and her name is, all caps, Grace.
So that's elegant.
Isn't that a great name?
Yeah, I like it.
Grace, or Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment.
I actually feel like I grasp that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the acronym ones are just like medical term, medical term, medical term, medical term. And I'm just like, I have no idea what that means.
This is simply Grace.
This is Grace.
Hello, Grace.
I get it.
Now, Grace consists of twin satellites, both of which will orbit the Earth at an altitude of around 310 miles.
Okay.
And the two satellites will only be separated by a distance of around 136 miles.
Got it.
So they're pretty close and not too far apart, which is pretty unusual. Dr. Marissa, please tell us why there are two satellites, why they're so close together, and what does it mean when that distance fluctuates?
I would love to talk about it. All right. Quote, these satellites measure changes in gravity around the world and reflect how mass is distributed around the planet over time. I see where we're going with this. Okay. According to the Arctic monitoring website, polarportal.dk. Good times.
Shout out.
Shout out. They can sponsor us. I don't know if they have any money. According to the Arctic monitoring website, polarportal.dk, the gravitational force at certain locations on Earth changes when the amount of ice changes. This affects the distance between the satellites, and that difference in the distance can be measured very precisely. The method is used to determine changes in the amount of ice on the basis of changes in the gravitational force, has been developed by researchers at DTU Space, Denmark's largest research institute, and other institutions. Okay.
Yeah.
I did the thing where I read it, but I did not fully absorb everything that I just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got these satellites.
Mm-hmm. They're up there. There's two of them. They're really close together, just like we are right now.
Yes, and they're monitoring gravity around the world.
You got it.
Okay, but that changes with the amount of ice.
That's right. The less ice, the more they separate. You got it.
Okay, so less ice, they separate.
More ice, they're pulled in because of, density, mass.
Density, that makes sense.
Such and
gravity.
Such. There you go.
More density, the more gravity, right? Something like that.
We're a sciencey podcast. Don't get carried away.
Okay, I'm going to let Jill talk for a little while.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know exactly how, even the website doesn't go into the extreme mathematical, maths that they go into.
But that's the basic gist.
Exactly.
I got it.
I'm not going to pretend I know what pulls what where and dividing by who now. No.
That's totally fair. But we get a basic sort of understanding.
You can kind of see it in your head, what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cute.
It's very cute. So, my friends, in April of 2002, these satellites began recording minute changes in Earth's pull as Greenland's ice sheet waxed and waned. And finally, after 20 years of analysis...
Holy shit.
Drum roll, please. It was determined, quote, in recent decades, the ice sheet has begun to shrink.
No.
Meaning that the ice sheet loses more mass in the form of meltwater or icebergs than it receives from precipitation.
Ouch.
End quote. Round of applause.
Oh, yay! A terrible thing.
This conclusion from polarportal.dk.
Fuck yeah, Polar Portal.
Amazing. Now, Dr. Marissa, I actually have a very helpful visual that could put this into perspective, and all photographs we talk about today will be on our social media stuff, so please come on by and be horrified.
Yes, with me. I don't want to be alone in this.
No. So this visual is actually a map of Greenland.
Okay.
And on top of Greenland is its ice sheet, of course. In this case, it's been converted into dots.
Okay. I love a dot.
Who doesn't? Now, the red dots are where the ice has receded the most.
Okay.
Okay. Please tell us what you see in this lovely graphic.
All right. I see a lot of red dots, Jill. This is a lot of red dots. First of all, dots, you weren't kidding. Yeah. What was it, 80 or 90% of this is the ice sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at this country, and I swear to God, 90% of it is covered by dots, which means it's covered by an ice sheet.
There you go.
And then I will say, the closer you get, let's say, okay, right in the middle of the landmass, the country, it's just totally white. So that means it's the thickest and the densest. But as you start to go outwards, it just gets pinker and redder. Yeah. And everything around the outside is red or a deep red. So it's just melting from the outside in. Yeah, the coastlines are totally receding. That's a much better way of saying that. I'm just like, the dots are getting darker on the outside. That's true. It's absolutely true. The receding bit, that was great. Yeah, and the dog agrees. Our neighbor's dog agrees. Yes, our third co-host, the dog, which we haven't named. Exactly. And I kind of don't want to because it interrupts. Exactly. It's just blood red on the coast. Blood red on the coast. All right, let's get specific. Officially, Greenland has lost more than 5,100 billion tons of ice since 2002. Now, I'm not a scientist. You're a doctor. I'm a doctor. Yeah. And but as someone who's not a scientist, I have to say, it doesn't take a genius to know that 5,100 billion tons is a lot of stuff. Yeah, to lose. Yeah, now to lose. Yeah, correct. Yeah, exactly. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, geez. I mean, ice doesn't just disappear. No. It melts. Yeah. And that must mean it melted into the ocean? Yeah. Yes, you're right. I knew it. I knew it, Jill. I knew it because I'm a doctor. In those 20 years, which means for some of us listening, during our childhood, teenage years, maybe even during your 20s, melting from this one ice sheet alone
raised ocean levels half an inch, or 1.2 centimeters globally.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
If you think about it, globally, half an inch
around the world.
Everyone's coast?
Yes.
That is insane.
Yes.
That is insane.
Just from this one ice sheet. And there's lots.
I don't even have something funny to say. I'm just like upset.
Yes.
You're right. This is depressing and alarming.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's more alarming than depressing. I'm like, should we stop the podcast and like do something? I don't know what we could do to help.
I know.
Do y'all need help? Greenland? 57,000 people?
They're like, we're good.
They're fine. I feel like they party.
Oh, yeah.
But like in a really cute way.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. We should go.
We should.
Or leave them alone. I don't know. You let us know.
Let us know, Greenland. Yeah. DM us.
That's right. So, don't worry. Even though we've seen some disturbing changes, future generations will see even more so.
Fun.
Brandon Spector of LiveScience.com reports, quote, Greenland is currently on track to contribute 3 to 5 inches to global sea level rise by the year 2100.
Oh,
end quote.
God.
And
that's just Greenland.
Yes.
There's other shit melting out there.
Yeah, so that's 3 to 5, and then you tack on a few.
Tack on a few more.
That's right. His reporting was based on a 2019 study published in the journal Nature. Mm. Now, the year 2100 seems like it's impossibly far away. But for perspective, anyone born today, as we speak, they will most likely live to see the full impact of this 3 to 5 inch rise in sea level. It's only 78 years from now.
I'm dissociating again. I'm sorry. This is not a screaming matter. Screaming is like for butt parasites. But like this is like I'm leaving my body and maybe never coming back.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to deal with a vegetable. Dr. Vegetable. That was the lamest thing I've ever said. Please talk again.
Okay. Now I think I just dropped a shit ton of shit bombs on us.
Yep.
So, Dr. Marissa, I'm going to pass the burden onto you now.
Oh, okay. Got it. Right back to me. I get it.
Before we head into the break, tell us, speaking of experience, what can you and I expect year after year? Because remember, those 3 to 5 inches, they're just not going to appear overnight. This is a long, slow, painful kind of thing.
Yes, I'm glad we're making it about us again. Okay. Yeah. Quote. As a rule of thumb, for every centimeter rise in global sea level, another 6 million people are exposed to coastal flooding around the planet. Mm-hmm. Andrew Shepherd, lead study author and climate scientist from the University of Leeds in the UK, told NASA in 2019.
Yeah, he told NASA.
He told NASA that's how stressed he was. Yeah. He was like, we might have to leave. He's
like, NASA, what's up?
Can I get on that? Can I get on that ship? Is that what you call it? A spaceship? Okay,
got it.
Cool. Continuing the quote, on current trends, Greenland ice melting will cause 100 million people to be flooded each year by the end of the century. So 400 million in total due to sea level rise, end quote. Yeah. So this isn't just making the beach a little different. This is like fucking ruining people's homes and lives.
Yeah, people will have to move.
That sucks. Mm-hmm. I hate moving. And it's not going to be the cute kind of moving where they get in like a U-Haul and they get to hang out with their lesbian girlfriend, all the time and order food. This is like the sad kind of moving where like...
Yeah, you're being evicted.
Sucks hard. Yeah. You're being evicted by the earth. I hate that. Yeah. This really sucks.
Sucks so bad. Yeah. But this will be nice to hear. We're already halfway through the really, really craptastic news. We're halfway done already.
Oh,
that's great.
Cool.
There's just another half to go.
Amazing. This feels like when I'm running and I realize like I've run for a long time and then I realize I'm just in the middle of the run and I'm like, oh, I have to do all of that again.
Sure do. And you're probably sweating just as much.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, we're actually going to head to the opposite end of the world, and then after that, I promise you, we're going to hear the most absolute best thing in a while. I swear to God, please stay tuned. You're going to want to hear the story and see the video. It's worth it.
I don't know what it is, but please do.
Stay tuned.
Please do.
We're the All Creatures Podcast. Each week, Angie and I explore and share amazing details about the many animals we share our world with.
Plus, Chris and I are both PhD scientists and educators. So we do the deep dives in the scientific research and then come back and share what we learn in a fun and casual way. We also speak with other scientists, animal experts, activists, and many other conservation enthusiasts from all over the planet.
So you can find the All Creatures Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what really happened to Amelia Earhart or the lost colony of Roanoke? Do you ever find yourself scouring the internet for vicious Victorians and their murders by gaslight? Or perhaps you're just sick and tired of women being constantly misrepresented or plain lied about throughout history? If so, join me, Katie Charlwood, history harlot and reader of books, on Who Did What Now, the history podcast that's not your history class. Part of the Airwave Media Network. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Adios, au revoir, au revoir, my friends. Bye-bye. I'll be seeing you.
Hey everyone, Jill Chacha here from Well, That's Interesting, and I am absolutely thrilled to tell you about Spotify for podcasters. I use it, I love it, and it all started by downloading the free Spotify for Podcasters app, which has all the tools you need in one place to record and edit your masterpiece of a podcast. Spotify for Podcasters also distributes your show to all major platforms, so when you hit publish, your episodes will stream not only on Spotify, but I'm talking about the Apples, the Googles, Stitcher, Good Pods, the other ones. You get the idea. And you can monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership required. You could also set up monthly subscriptions and record ads just like this one. So what are you waiting for? Download Spotify for Podcasters today and start changing the world. Oh, and please, stay interesting. And we're back.
We are so back.
And we're so back. And when I say Antarctica, my friends, Dr. Marissa, what do you think of? What images come to mind when I say Antarctica?
I think really not much. I think of like a lot of ice, a lot of cold, empty terrain. I basically like think of a snow desert.
Yeah.
I think of very cold temperatures, not a ton of people.
Yeah.
And the people who are there are probably scientists.
There you go.
Studying how weird this part of the not that it's weird, it's its own thing. It's just
weird
very
in the
hard.
Best way.
It's weird in the best way. It seems very difficult to live there. And if you are living there, please tell me about it. I'm so curious. What is your day like? How do you stay warm? What's the coat situation?
Yeah. It's frigid. There's snow, rocky terrain, horizontal wind, months of darkness kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would bet flowers and grass don't automatically come to mind.
Literally, no.
No.
So hot. Immediate, no.
Believe it or not, despite Antarctica being an historically rough place, one species of grass and one species of flower has adapted to call it home sweet home.
Fascinating.
Right?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, let's get to know them a little bit. Let's hit that grass first. Yeah. May I introduce Deschampsia antarctica.
Oh, Deschampsia.
AKA the Antarctic hairgrass.
Oh, hairgrass. It sounds like a code for something.
Yes.
Like drugs or pubes.
I'm down with either.
Yeah.
So I've got to say the name suits it actually. Bundles of this grass sprout between rock crevices on neighboring Antarctic islands like South Shetland Islands and the South Orkney Islands.
Orkney Islands. Are the South Shetland Islands where Shetland ponies come from?
I don't think so. I don't think no ponies on that island.
You should have just said yes. I have like the biggest smile on my face. Who doesn't?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Ah!
Yes.
Thank God.
So many.
Who doesn't love a pony? Who doesn't love a Shetland pony? They're so funny.
Yes. In fact, the island is just their bodies. It's just piles and piles of ponies.
I love it. As long as they're comfortable, I'm fine with it.
So, Dr. Marissa, I have a photo of this Antarctic hare. Would you like to take a look? And if you, I guess that's a yes.
Yes.
Please tell us what you see and what you think about this grass.
I would love
All
to
right,
talk about it.
Here it is.
I don't know what to tell you. It looks like grass on a rock. There's nothing else to just like if listeners, if you close your eyes and you think of like grass, like wild grass.
There you go.
And imagine that on a rock, and that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. She's a classic.
Yeah.
Now let's move on over.
I don't think we've ever moved on from a photo that quickly. Wow. Wow.
The photo will be on our Instagram if you want to
look at how normal it is.
Look at this average fucking grass.
Yes, it's so average.
So we're moving on over to the only other plant to call Antarctica home. Its neighbor. It's called Colobanthus quitensis.
Sexy.
Or AKA the unfortunately named Antarctic pearlwort.
That is a bummer.
So sad.
Such a bummer.
Pearlwort?
It sounds like
Man.
that sounds like a hemorrhoid.
I can see the little box now with pearlworts.
In your medical history, the paperwork.
That's right. You got to check the box next to pearlwort. Okay. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Now, I say it's unfortunate for, clearly, we just, anyway.
Yeah.
Because the fucking plant, it's so cute. Look.
Really?
Look at this. Check it out.
Okay. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna describe it. So just imagine, first of all, imagine a bunch of rocks. That's not the plant. And then imagine on top of the rocks is like, I would say kind of like the average grass that we were talking about, except at the end of each little blade of grass is a tiny yellow flower.
It's so cute.
With a little brown center. So it's just like this kind of mound of these little tiny yellow flowers, like baby sunflowers. And it's
so
tiny and it's so cute.
Just adorable. Absolutely. The tiniest yellow flowers you ever did see.
You have to raise your voice to talk about them because they're so small.
It's the only way to talk about them.
Yeah.
So overall, the plant only grows to 2 inches in height.
Oh.
Sitting on a green cushion-like growth that gives it that moss-like appearance.
Yes.
So you're probably wondering, how in the holy hell can grass and an itty-bitty plant make it down here?
I am wondering. I
Yeah.
gotta know.
Yeah, so Nicoletta Cannone, an associate professor of ecology at Italy's University of Insubria, or Insubria.
Ooh.
Both sound great.
Yes.
So, Nicoletta wrote to Gizmodo.com in an email, quote, "These plants have a well-adapted metabolism to the harsh Antarctic climate.
Well done.
They're able to photosynthesize at temperatures below zero and when covered by snow. They can restart their growth at the end of a long Antarctic winter," end quote.
That is crazy.
I know.
That's crazy that they can live under snow and then just
Pop.
up.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's fucking magical. Now, you're probably thinking, shit, they're endangered, or
Yeah.
are they in trouble? And you're thinking these things because you're a good person and you're concerned.
I really am now because I'm the best person.
That's right. You're number one. So, my friends, it's actually the total opposite.
Oh no.
They're flourishing. And that's actually not the best news. Dr. Marissa, please tell us about Nicoletta's recent study published in the February issue of Current Biology.
I would love to.
Thank
Nothing
you so
would
much.
make me happier.
And gentle reminder, once again, all of these changes are taking place in our lifetime.
Oh, no.
All right, it's happening. And take it away, Dr. Marissa.
I would absolutely love to. Okay, as reported by Molly Taft of Gizmodo.com, quote, Antarctica's harsh landscape means that plants are few and far between, and only 2 are able to flower. Aw. The study looked at the spread of these 2 unicorns, Deschampsia antarctica and Colobanthus quintensis. Nailed it. Between 2009 and 2018, a 9-year period. Canon and her team concentrated their observations of the plants on Signy Island in the South Orkney Islands range because of a robust historical data set related to the plant's growth. The scientists then compared the growth rate over this 9-year period to previous studies of growth rate taken since the early 1960s. This has been a long thing. It turns out the plants are loving the warmer weather. Who doesn't? The researchers found that Columbanthus grew 5 times faster between 2009 and 2018 compared to the growth rates between 1960 and 2009. Deschampsia, meanwhile, really took off, growing 10 times more in the past decade than before. End quote. Mm-hmm. So basically, these plants are growing a whole bunch more because it's getting warmer.
Yes.
Because we're probably losing some fucking ice.
We're losing ice, and it's getting hotter.
And it's getting hotter.
Yeah.
This is bad. It's always bad.
In this episode, yes. And until the stuff we're about to talk about. But
amazing.
Let's get through this. Okay. So, my friends, these plants are popping up thanks to, you guessed it, an overall increase of 1 degree Celsius or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit in annual air temperature. Ooh, I got an accent for some reason. 1 degree Celsius or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit in annual air temperature between 1960 and 2018. So it went up a whole degree.
That's fucked up. I know that's like 1 degree, nothing, but it's fucking something.
It is.
That is huge change.
These plants are a signal of how life can really change and your environment can completely change.
It's wild.
So in terms of this study's significance, quote, our work provides the first evidence of accelerated impacts of climate warming in Antarctica, Canon wrote to Gizmodo. Plants are the best bioindicator of the terrestrial ecosystems as they can't avoid climate warming by moving like animals can.
Oh,
end quote.
That's an
point,
excellent
right?
point.
Yeah.
It's an excellent thing to observe.
Yeah.
They can't leave.
They can't leave.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We gotta stay here.
Sorry, grass. So, it's fucking rough out there.
Yeah.
And this is a rough episode. But we made it through.
Yes, we did
It's
it.
done. You did it. You got it. You understand. Now go ruin someone else's life and tell them about it. But before you do that,
Yes.
As my thanks for listening and absorbing the blow that is knowledge, my gift to you is this. If you ever wanted to say the words, go home, seagull, you're drunk, and mean it, today's the day.
I do now. I really do now. Jill, what the fuck is going on?
That's right. Dr. Marissa, I thought you and I could take turns reading about a delightful fucking event that took place throughout the summer of 2018. I have various sources because I wanted to squeeze in as many firsthand accounts of this story as possible.
It would be an understatement to say that I was fucking pumped.
Fucking take it away then, please do.
Nothing would make me happier. All right. From the9.com.au article, drunk seagulls run amok in seaside UK towns, vomit on firefighters. That's not relatable. I don't know what is. Quote, about 30 seagulls were taken to the West Hatch RSPCA, or the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, after they apparently feasted on something they shouldn't have. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the birds have been acting funny on the coastline around the Devon, Dorset, and Somerset countries. counties recently, and people reckon the gulls are gulping down on alcohol left behind by people enjoying a tipple, lol, in the English summer sun. Firefighters were called to help out a gull who has been, in quotes, behaving erratically, lol, and fallen off a roof in Lyme Regis, a seaside town in Dorset. Firefighter manager Virgil Turner's account sounds like it was a wild time, explaining how one bird had tried to fly but hit him in the face. I caught him and he threw up all over me and he reeked of beer, he said. Locals reckon the birds are drinking leftovers, but the local RSPCA has a different theory about these booze-hound birds. Our suspicion is that it is a byproduct of the brewing process, as they all seem to have eaten the same thing. An RSPCA West Hatch spokesman said, "We are looking at possible brewery. I'm wasted.
I'm okay.
At possible brewery sources, but we really don't know where it's coming from. But I certainly don't think it's because they are drinking from pint glasses." End quote. I love this. I have never related to birds more in my life. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times I have stolen a drink and thrown up on a figure of authority. And
good times.
Yeah, they're throwing up in an Uber away from being my Saturday night last weekend.
That's right. Speaking of RSPCA officials, let's head on over to the BBC and get more info on this.
Yes, more.
That's right. From the July 2018 article, "Drunk Gulls Found Stinking of Alcohol."
Amazing.
Quote, "Calls to rescue drunk, disoriented, and confused gulls started in mid-June."
Oh my God.
So this is like, it's gone on for like a month.
Yeah, this is too long. This is a drunk summer. Yeah.
Since then, many birds with the same symptoms have been treated.
Oh no.
At first, the birds looked as though they had botulism, but
great.
I know. But after vomiting, most seemed to recover, said RSPCA official Joe Daniel.
Amazing.
But the birds absolutely stink of alcohol when we collected them, so now our vans smell like pubs.
Oh no.
RSPCA vet David Cooper said the birds were staggering around and losing their balance, quote, "just like a person if they had too much to drink."
Yeah.
"I'd urge any local vets who see birds coming in with similar symptoms to give them a chance to recover from the effects of the alcohol." There you go. The RSPCA is urging local breweries and distilleries to check that waste is secure and that wildlife cannot get to it. End quote. So,
you guys.
that was a good summer for them.
That was a good summer for them, but also what breweries? I cannot say that word. I've never... Wow. The breweries, the place where they make beer. How are they throwing out this much beer? That seems very wasteful and sad.
Well, something happened. Something happened somewhere.
Yeah.
And these birds were on it.
What a party.
Yeah.
What a good summer.
So that was a hell of a story, but you know what's better than a story?
What?
A video.
I love a video. Oh, man.
Yes, Dr. Marissa, I have a video of one of the recovering seagulls who partied too hardy.
Yes.
And if any member of our flock wants to see a member of this flock completely wasted, simply search BBC Drunk Seagulls 2018 and a video will pop up. You could also search the article's title, "Drunk Gulls Found Stinking of Alcohol." I will also have screenshots of a staggering seagull on our social media. So yeah, come on by and enjoy the look on these birds' faces. On its face, I should say. It's one bird in the video. Dr. Marissa, please do the honors and describe to us our drunk-ass friend. There's captions too, but it already covered what we spoke about. So feel free to just talk about the bird.
I'm so excited. Right. Jill, hurry.
All right, pulling it up.
Hurry up with this bird. It's wasted. We haven't even started the video, and it's doing the over the shoulder with eyes half open look.
Yes.
It cannot focus.
It cannot focus.
And
It's incredible.
I love it.
It's just so wonderful. All right, that's the opening shot. So here we go. Oh no, load.
It's
load.
loading.
Oh, it's an ad.
Oh, fuck me. Should I describe the ad?
It's an ocean.
I don't know what it's for. There's an ocean and there's a sad white man.
Yes.
And there's a canoe. It's for some bank. Okay, here's the drunk bird. Oh my God. It's trying to walk. It's stumbling. It's kind of like looking around. It looks like it's looking for its phone. It's stumbling so hard. It needs to go home. It needs some French fries. Mm-hmm. It just keeps looking around being confused.
And shaking its head. Like,
just kind of like, oh, well, how did I get here? Why did I do that? Oh, it tried to fly. Someone needs to tuck that poor thing in with some aspirin.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
We've all been there.
And if you haven't, teach me the way.
We've all been there. And we'll be there again, I'm sure, soon.
I'm positive.
Yes.
With the way things are looking, with all this melting shit.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, they know what's up. So.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening, rating, subscribing, telling your friends all of the horrible things.
Yes. Tell them everything. Ruin the night.
That's right.
Ruin someone's lunch. Ruin a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
That's right.
Think big.
Mm-hmm. And please stay interesting.
Please do.